What's up, guys? Welcome back to the 1 Solana to 1,000 Solana challenge. Hoping to get another good run like we did in last episode. One thing I want to go over for today is I am going to raise the stop loss up to 10%. Prior to that, we'd been running a 7% stop loss, but especially since I've been trading a lot of low market cap coins, once they go to zero, technically zero is around 3.3, 3.4. So if I'm buying in at 7K, it's only about a 50% loss. So on one hand, the loss will never go all the way down to zero. And on the other hand, that makes this only a 20% win on the stop loss. If that math makes sense. So instead of looking for a 25% win, a little over 25, closer to like 27, 28, I'll only be looking for a 20% win. So we're going to go ahead and change all of the quick buys in here to zero point 0.7. I think rounding down a little bit is probably going to be a bit safer, and I'll do the same on my instant buys. But after that, I'm going to go ahead and start scanning, and I will be back once I have a coin worth buying. All right, we jumped into the Penguin News Live. I'm going to go ahead and see if this one can run a little bit for us. Penguins have been absolutely running the meta lately. And we got in just after this Doxed wallet got in, so we'll see if this one can take us up a little bit. Looks like it's fighting, trying to. Definitely a fair amount of bundles in here, but I'm going to let this one fast forward and be back once we have a decent exit. That's good enough for me. It's a very slight win, obviously, as always. Pumps right after I get out. But all in all, basically break even, adds a little bit of funds to the rewards. Which on that note, I do want to bring up, obviously I do trade on this Axiom account on another wallet. But I got a 0.25 reward. And if I get that while I'm recording, I'm going to go ahead and count that as part of the challenge balance, especially because we're down about a quarter of a Solana. That'd bring us right back up to 1 SOL, which would be pretty sweet. And I've put a lot of volume in through to this Axiom account through the challenge wallet. So I'm going to go ahead and count that as obviously not this one. This one hit yesterday while I was trading on the other wallet. But if I hit one of those while I'm trading, I'm going to count it. I'm going to hold on to that in the challenge wallet. But I'm going to get back to scanning and be back with another coin. All right, we jumped into this bonk coin on Pump Fun. I think that's hilarious. I think we are going to jump out right there. Bang! That's a win of 0.15 or 0.015, which today the profit goal is 0.016. It's a little low, but we'll take it. The finishing Solana balance is 0.794, which gives us a winning day of 1.8%. Not too bad. Not too bad. We're going to move forward into the 18th, which our stop loss is going to be 0.079 with another profit goal of 0.016. Dang, we got out at the right time on that. I'll be back with another coin here in a minute. All right, we're running it on another bonk coin on Pump. Got a ton of doxed wallets jumping in right behind me. And, oh, we're coming back down a little bit, back down to break even. Oh, should have just cheated. Should have just cheated. I think this one might take us down to the stop loss. Oh, man, I had the chance. Wanted to talk about what the coin looked like before I jumped out. I thought it could take us all the way to the profit goal, but instead We lose 0.044 Solana. Not ideal. Obviously, it's not what we're looking for, but we'll go back into the trenches, see if we can find another coin to bring us back. All right, we're jumping into this bonk imposter. Oh man, I clicked on it at 9K. Slippage got the best of us there. I'm gonna give this one just a second, see if it'll come back. I doubt it will, but it's looking like it's trying. I'm gonna let this one fast forward, be back when I exit. Man, probably a little bit of a force trade there. Might be a bit tilted from that last one. Can't win them all, I guess. Can't win them all. We're going to count that as a day. The total SOL balance is down to 0.726. Kind of sucks. Looks like we had been crawling back up pretty well and then kind of just lost all of that progress. Of course, right after I bump up the stop loss. You know, honestly, jumping into a bonk coin right after this one bonded wasn't the greatest idea. No losses, only lessons. We'll learn from that mistake, hopefully. But I'm gonna get back into scanning. We're gonna try to get the 19th some profit. We've got a stop loss of 0.07 and a profit goal of 0.015. We'll be back with another coin. Went ahead and bought this one. Of course, slippage kind of got the best of me again. I bought it around 9K. Oh man, and that wallet just sold on our head. I'm gonna let this one fast forward. It's another bonk coin. Dang, absolutely ripping us. Yeah, that's zeroed out. No need to let it fast forward. It's a loss of 0.045. We're gonna try another 0.3 or 0.03 buy, see if we can't bring it back. We'll be back in a bit. Jumping into the beer coin. I like beer. And that's going to be, oh, maybe not. It's coming back. I'm going to let it fast forward. We're either going to go to zero with this thing or come back to the profit goal. Well, that's going to be another day of trading for us, down to 0.665. Rough day. I think that was 2 buys and 2 sells again. Not ideal. I think I'm going to try to force one more day. We're going to trade through on the 20th really quick. I'll be back. I'm going to be a little bit more diligent and wait until we find something that's running a little bit. All right, we're jumping into the albino alligator. Gonna look to take profit pretty quickly on this one because I just want a winning trade, want a little bit of momentum on our side. And as far as today goes, we don't have much momentum, so we're gonna take that right away. Nice and easy 0.007 win. It's not a ton, but it's a trend in the right direction. Looks like it was overall a 0.004 after gas fees. But we'll take that. We'll get back to scanning. I'll be back with another coin shortly. Jumping into the Ponk coin. Again, I'm probably going to take profit pretty quickly on this. As soon as we get above that green line, I am jumping out of this thing. Right there. That'll do. Barely profit 0.002, but we're trending in the right direction. Oh man, could have been a nice win. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Can't really get too upset. We won. That's all that matters. We'll be back after I scan for a little bit longer. All right, jumped into this Doge in pain by the dip. Looked like we got in just after this guy. Oh, we have a slightly better entry and he's already gone. I'm gonna let this one run for a second because we need a win. Got to quit taking such losing trades. But I'm gonna let it fast forward for a bit. We'll be back once I exit. I'm gonna go ahead and cut my loss there. Um, Down 0.015 SOL on the day, which isn't terrible. It's only about 25% of the total stop loss. So we've still got room to play. We're gonna keep scanning and be back with another trade shortly. I wasn't recording, but I took this very, very slight win. Um, in Solana, you can see it was 0.001, which doesn't even cover gas fees, but it's green on the P&L, so we'll count it as a win. It would have been a little bit bigger, but the slippage just got the best of me. It came right back down. Could have definitely sold for a better profit, as always, but green means momentum. Momentum means we're going to turn this into a winning day. We'll be back in a bit. Okay, we're into another coin. This will probably be it if it zeroes out for the episode, but it's the return to tradition. Alon holding a green candle. I think that's pretty funny. Could be a decent enough narrative to send. We'll let this one fast forward for a little bit and be back once I exit. Half a second late. Man, I clicked sell up here. Slippage took it all the way down. It's 0.007 loss. So we're down to 0.67 SOL in the balance, which puts us down about 4% total. So we've got a little bit of room, but I don't really want to force anything anymore. I was kind of hoping for another one of those bonuses to come through so we could juice the balance a little bit. But as for now, we're going to jump into this Goth McDonald's coin. Just force it. See what can happen. I'm going to let this one fast forward and we'll be back with an exit. Not much fast forwarding to do there. Exited right away. And of course it runs as always, but 16% win, 0.008. Gives us a little bit of breath. I think we'll keep trying for a little bit longer. We'll be back with another coin. All right, we jumped into make crypto cool again. It's not feeling very cool right now. It's kind of chewing us up and spitting us back out, but Scented is buying in pretty heavy. We're going to go ahead and take the win right there with 0.006 profit. That brings us back pretty much to the starting balance, I believe. Yeah, 0.665. No, we're still down a little bit. We got 0.65, so down about 0.015 SOL, which isn't terrible. I think that's recoverable. I'm going to keep scanning and be back once I have another coin. All right, this one looks like a little bit of a slow cook. It's called Gunter. I believe it's from, what does that show? I'm drawing a blank on it. I think it's Adventure Time from Cartoon Network, but gonna go ahead and let this one run. Looks like Deku already kind of sold on our head. We're gonna fast forward this one either well into profit or to the stop loss. Nice. Looks like we ran it to the stop loss. We're gonna go ahead and call it a day there. Didn't get any extra bonuses, but we're going to go ahead and claim rewards to bring us back up ever so slightly, back up to 0.625. I'm going to have to go back in and watch, see how many trades I took today. It was quite a few, so I'm surprised we didn't hit the bonus that I've been getting, but we'll take it. It's a 5% loss on the day. Not great having 3 losses like that back to back to back. I feel like we were definitely clawing back a little bit of the balance, gaining some momentum, and then kind of wrecked it today. But can't win them all. Some days are winners, some days are losers. In the end, I'm really just trying to learn the space and get better at it. If you do want to help support me, I finally got my first referral. I'd love to gain more. When you sign up for Axiom, use code Mustache3. It's got by far the best rewards, by far the quickest trading terminal I've used. I definitely would suggest trading on Axiom if you trade meme coins. I wouldn't suggest trading meme coins, though. It's more than likely going to be a losing game. But thanks anyway for watching. I appreciate every one of you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see y'all in the next one.